one thing that your town could do to maybe make me forget about this lawsuit.
Anything! Anything you want, Mr. Cruz!
It's just that there's somebody I've always wanted to meet, face to face.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be looking at why these 5 South Park episodes were censored by HBO.
I'm telling you guys, it's wrong. It's wrong!
For this essay, we'll be looking at reasons behind HBO refusing to platform a certain handful of episodes of this infamous cartoon. South Park has a long and decorated history for courting controversy.
I'm going where there's lucky clovers in the...
sucks, dude.
In its aim to offend anybody and everybody capable of being offended, regardless of who they are or where they fall on the political spectrum, it's been a resounding success.
I've got to come clean. I had no idea I would get this far, but the fact of the matter is, I should not be president.
Most people out there probably have their favorite episodes of South Park, and they've also got some episodes that hit a little too close to home for them personally, which is part of what's made the satirical cartoon so enduring.
Are you sure?
We're not just sure, we're HIV positive. Will you stop it with that? What part of this is funny to you?
But despite it being protected under the First Amendment, no matter how dark and touchy its subject matter grows, some episodes have proven time and time again that they shouldn't be on the air. At least, not without some modification.
I can't watch. Let's get out of here, Kyle.
The 5 episodes that won't be coming to HBO Max with the rest of South Park are Super Best Friends, Cartoon Wars Part 1, Cartoon Wars Part 2, 200, and 201. Any South Park fan will recall that not only are these episodes controversial today, but some of them received heavy censorship at the time when they aired on Comedy Central. That's because all of these episodes either feature or center on Islam's most important prophet, Muhammad.
Dude, I can't believe we are dealing with this Muhammad thing again.
In most of these episodes, he's shown as a member of the Super Best Friends, a Justice League parody. It's a complex theological issue, but in short, most Muslims in the world abide by Muhammad's own wish that his image shouldn't be shown or reproduced.
And for Muhammad, who taught that there was only one God, he wanted all of the focus really to be on that one God. So he told his followers, as this movement grew up around him, he told his followers, listen, don't make any depictions of being, I want all of the focus to be on God.
This isn't something unique to Islam. Many religions also forbid idolatry and idol worship as it is viewed as blasphemy, including Judaism and some Christian denominations. By showing the image of Muhammad in Super Best Friends, Parker and Stone earned the ire and attention of many devout Muslims who protested the episodes. The situation got so intense that Parker and Stone provided a tongue-in-cheek censorship of Muhammad in subsequent episodes where, famously, a large black censored bar was shown over him.
Come on, Muhammad, let's get some tea.
This was even more iconic because Cartoon Wars was all about whether an episode of Family Guy featuring Muhammad should be aired on television.
If you don't show Muhammad, then you've made a distinction between what is okay to poke fun at and what isn't. Either it's all okay, or none of it is.
The reason Parker and Stone did this was that they were actually threatened with a fatwa. A fatwa is simply a non-legally binding piece of advice or guidance to do with Sharia law. But in the modern age, some fatwas have been incredibly violent and have had violent consequences.
This fatwa is, in a way, speaking on behalf of Allah, because the religion comes from Allah. It is Allah Azza wa Jal who has the ultimate responsibility of ruling.
That's one reason why Parker and Stone actually seemed to take this threat above any other protest against South Park more seriously. Perhaps the most famous modern fatwa was issued against author Salman Rushdie in the 1980s by the leader of Iran in response to Rushdie's contentious novel, The Satanic Verses, which questions and critiques some aspects of Islam. The fatwa issued against Rushdie called for his execution, and he was forced into hiding for almost a decade. Rushdie is still alive, but the same can't be said for his Japanese translator Hitoshi Igarashi, who was tragically murdered in 1991 for his work translating the novel. And the Norwegian translator too, William Nygaard, was shot in 1993, though he thankfully survived. 13 years later, and Parker and Stone were caught up in the same controversy for South Park's decision to feature the image of Muhammad for the second time. Though no such controversy seemed to arise in 2001 when the Super Best Friends debuted.
Muhammad showed up and there was no violence at all.
Well, giant John Wilkes Booth shot Abraham Lincoln.
All right, Stan, that's enough. Jesus. Can't learn to shut up, can you?
Muhammad wasn't the only important religious figure lampooned by the Super Best Friends. In fact, most figures were.
We must get the help of all the Super Best Friends. Buddha, come in.
Jesus has long been a recurring character in South Park, appearing in both of the earliest animated shorts Parker and Stone ever made, Jesus vs. Frosty and Jesus vs. Santa. Also mocked were Buddha, Moses, Joseph Smith, Krishna, and Lao Tse. The only non-religious figure to appear is Seaman, who's a plain old Aquaman knockoff.
Yeah, who would have activated her again? I don't know, Seaman. It's Seaman!
And they're all portrayed in various states of moral decay with a variety of addictions and problems. Interestingly though, in the 7th season episode I'm a Little Bit Country, Muhammad wasn't among the other members of the Super Best Friends who showed up in a cameo, though nor was Moses. And this was before the controversy around 200 and 201 in 2010 when the fatwa was threatened. And in a blink and you'll miss it moment, Parker was able to get away with yet again showing the image of Muhammad in 2020's pandemic special, as Stan's got the prophet on his lunchbox for a split second. Parker and Stone have very directly attacked numerous religions, chief among them Scientology and Mormonism. Infamously, in 2011, they put on the musical The Book of Mormon to directly lambaste the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which went on to become critically acclaimed.
Dude, Heavenly Father? Holy moly, I said it like 13 times!
Though the reception to the musical from Mormons was reserved, and it didn't seem like anybody was too upset. There was also an entire episode in 2003 all about Mormons that aimed to teach people, well, all about Mormons. But it did this by portraying Joseph Smith, another of the Super Best Friends, as an outright con artist.
He said we must now translate from the plate of Nephi, so it will be the same basic story, but written a little differently.
Wow! If God got angry with you, then you must be telling the truth. Dum 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 dum.
Despite Stan pointing this out to Gary, a boy who's Mormon and just moved to South Park, the latter doesn't seem to mind, because he still sees value in the altruistic lessons Smith had to teach.
Look, maybe us Mormons do believe in crazy stories that make absolutely no sense, and maybe Joseph Smith did make it all up. But I have a great life, and a great family, and I have the Book of Mormon to thank for that.
South Park's handling of Scientology, however, is an entirely different story. In 2005, the episode Trapped in the Closet aired, this time with Scientology in its sights, specifically the likes of Tom Cruise.
Tom, don't you think this has gone on long enough? It's time for you to come out of the closet.
I'm not in the closet.
Cruise himself reportedly condemned the episode and allegedly threatened Viacom over it.
We're not coming out the closet, so you can just go away.
But most famously, it led to Isaac Hayes, the voice of Chef, quitting the show. Scientologists didn't take their turn under Parker's spotlight as generously as the Mormons did, as Scientology is notorious for its long list of so-called enemies of Scientology who publicly criticize the religion.
What's better than telling people a stupid story and having them believe you? Having them pay you for it, stupid!
It's worth remembering that Scientology is so controversial that officials from some countries, like Germany, have attempted to outright ban it. Comedy Central has been hesitant to rebroadcast the episode, even completely pulling it at one point. Still, neither the episode about Joseph Smith nor the episode about Scientology has been pulled from HBO.
So you're not the prophet, huh? You made me look stupid. I'm gonna sue you too.
Well, fine. Go ahead and sue me.
I will. I'll sue you in England.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
In the end, every controversy that puts South Park back in the news only serves to give it more attention and make it even more popular, as well as proving why we need satire that's not afraid to go the distance.
Muhammad, would that be okay?
But blaspheming against Islam, with Muslims still being a marginalized group in the US where the show is made, is something even Parker and Stone have steered clear of since, generally speaking at least. And those were the reasons why 5 South Park episodes have been banned from HBO.
Yes! I can feel it! I can feel the power to not be ridiculed flowing through my veins!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.